BMW 2022 330i. We are doing some quick strut assemblies. I will give you a brief synopsis on what we're going to do, and once I get done with each side of the project, I will show you, see what's going on. I don't have enough film time in order to get everything done. I've already done one side, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it without taking the whole knuckle assembly off, because most instructions tell you to take out this ball joint, this control arm side right here at the ball joint, take out the bottom control arm part, that right there, and undo the tie rod end over here. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just disconnect the back control arm piece right there and pull the whole assembly this direction, and it will drop down far enough to be able to get the strut assembly out. I'll show you the little tools and such that I use to get that done. First thing we're going to do is going to take off this little splash shield. These are 8mm, got one here, one at the bottom, and one right over here by this bracket. This bracket will also come off. This is for your brake hose to your caliper and your wheel speed sensor. Wheel speed sensor will also come out. That will be a inverted Torx, and it will be a E10. Let's see if I can show you. Right there. So I'm going to take that out so that way it does not mess with any of the cables and such like that. The other side had the brake indicator for the brake pads, but it's basically the exact same process, just this one doesn't have that one cable. This bracket will come off once the 16mm bolt right there. Once that 16 comes out, this bracket will just come off, and then the brake hose and everything will come with it. So you do want to still support the caliper. Now I have this, because I'm doing this on the ground, when this caliper is off, it will literally sit on the ground without stretching of brake cable, which is a good thing. Once you take off this bracket, the whole thing will go down far enough so that the caliper can sit on the ground. I don't take the rotor off. You can, once we get to that point, I'm going to show you the little tools and such. This right here for the sway bar link is a 17 nut. If you keep this loaded, you'll be able to take this off without it spinning, and then you'll jack up the bottom of the whole strut assembly so that when this gets lined up straight, you'll be able to literally pull it back out without having to use any kind of hammer or blunt object to push it out of the cave, the hole right there. All right, so I'm going to start taking off. I'm going to get this bracket, get the brake caliper. I am taking off everything as far as the just the caliper. Going to leave the bracket on, and then disconnect all the things right here for the speed sensor so that it gets out of the way. I will be back very shortly. Brackets off, caliper sits right on there, wheel speed sensor out of the way, sway bar link out of position. I have a jack underneath the frame right over here on the front cross member side. You can see that through there, because I will be using a floor jack to jack this up and down once I get the damn, I can't remember what you want to call that. Either the lateral sway bar or something. I think that's going to be called the front sway bar as far as BMW is concerned. But anyways, so we're going to have two 18s, one here, one in the front. This is where two 18mm wrenches come into play. I'm going to get the nut off the front, bolt's going to slide out the back, and then this bar will be able to freely move. Once I get to that point, I will show you the little tool. We're going to split this back here, and we'll be able to take this right out of the knuckle. Once I get to that point, once I split this here, we're going to put a little bit of PB blaster down in here. It'll make the movement of this strut assembly easier. Once I get that out, this split, then we'll go up top and we will take out our these E10s again, 12s, the E12s, and then the strut assembly will drop down. For up top here, you will, it sits this little cover like this. There's a bunch of these little stupid push pins that you will need to take out in order to take this cover up and out of the way to access the 4 E-bolts. There's also 2 lineup pins. There is a right and there is a left for the strut assembly. So you need to make sure that you get the correct one for the correct side, otherwise it will not line up. The little tool I'll be using, this is a universal splitter. Basically will just sit in between the strut back and the back, and as I rotate this 10mm, it will basically spread it apart and allow that strut to go in and out. But once I get that lower control arm off, that'll give me enough up and down movement to where the strut itself will come down past the wheel well, and then we'll be able to take it out. So let me get that part done, get this to the point where it's being split apart, and I'll take out the upper E12s and I'll show you what it'll look like right here. Maybe I will show you in the removal process as well. Here we have the strut assembly out. How I did it was, once I got my universal spreader in here, it spaces it apart, put a little bit of PB blaster, WD-40, anything you want around the top half. It is still connected up at the top. So when the lateral bottom control arm is out of the way, it'll pry bar push it out. Then I use a 2x4, which was destroyed, and hit right on the hub as it sits right here. Hammer, 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 hammer. I have a jack under here that I lower as it goes down, and then it slowly goes from here all the way down, 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 and then falls off. So this way it doesn't crash down to the floor and damage anything. But the jack just allows me to go certain sections and stop and go down, down, down. So, but that is how I did that. I destroyed my 2x4, which is fine. You're going to hit right on the hub with a hammer, smack it down, and it's going to slowly inch its way down until it passes here. Once I've got this part out here, I go up top, get my E12s, yank it down, put the new one back in, same way going back in. Pretty straightforward. There is a little notch on the back half right here, which will go right in between this little section. So it doesn't go on the very top, it doesn't go all the way down at the bottom, it goes just below this. And once that's in, just reassemble everything and go back and tighten it all up. I'll also change the brake pads on this vehicle too, so that's a bonus. Same way, if a sway bar link gives you any kind of trouble, put it under a little bit of a load as you tighten it up, and that will keep the back half from spinning. There's also Torx bits that you can put in there if it does start to spin. You'll be able to put it in from this way and use a wrench and get it in that way, but usually I don't have a problem with it. But any questions or comments, feel free to let me know.